Today we're going to discuss posture. As Harvey Penick said, without the proper grip or posture, everything else you know about the golf swing is meaningless. So what he means by that is if you don't start with the right posture, everything else you know about the golf swing is not going to work. So when we talk about posture, we're trying to put ourselves into an athletic position. Athletic position means the weight should be centered over the balls of our feet. That does not mean that 100% of my weight's on my balls of my feet. I'm centered over the balls of my feet. In order for me to be centered over the balls of my feet and play to a golf ball on the ground, I have to tilt over from my hip sockets. So as I tilt, I'm letting my whole upper body tilt over. My weight still wants to stay on the balls of my feet. So at this position, I feel much like I'm getting ready to play third base, ready for a defensive move for a lineman, trying to get yourself athletically positioned to where you almost feel bouncy. You don't want your weight back. You don't want our weight too far forward. The predominant error we see week to week in our golf schools is way too much weight back on the heels. When the weight moves back on the heels, the legs tend to lock, or you sit down too much versus being out forward. When you sit down, you cannot turn properly. So we need to get our bodies tilted over to where our belt buckle is angled slightly down, roughly on the same plane as my shoulders if my shoulders are on 90-degree angle to my spine. From this position, I can turn back and turn through and keep my balance. For a drill, you can just take the club and put it down your back to where you touch your spine with the club, except for the very base of your spine, and you tilt over. And just practice tilting over, flexing your knees. Tilt over, flex the knees. When you flex your knees, make sure you don't sit. You have to make sure you flex the knees with your weight staying centered over the balls of your feet. That's one drill you can do. Another drill, you can put the club underneath the base of your hips and tilt out over the club. Tilt out over, flex the knees. So your knees, when they flex, you stay centered. If you adhere to these fundamentals in your posture, it'll help your game. Good luck.